These videos will make you question everything. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. All right. So listen, y'all know how I'm normally like, stay out of the water, right? Certain things in the ocean makes you want to stay out of the water. Well, some things you see that makes you want to stay out of the woods. Let's check this video out.
One step into a cave can lead to many hidden truths. Heart-stopping encounters with terrifying creatures, or tales of legends we've only heard of.
Someone climbing up the wall. It's an iceman. It's a ghost.
Join us to discover what happened after a giant was found in a Mexican cave. Trolls are mythical creatures from Northern Europe, giant beings capable of devouring humans. And until recently, it was just fiction. However, now this viral video has been making waves on the internet, leaving people baffled. A man mounted a camera in a cave hoping to capture something extraordinary, and ended up recording a troll in action. These mysterious creatures live in remote areas near rocks, mountains, or caves, and this one seemed to be the real deal. Netizens were doubtful of the video's authenticity, saying it could have been a person in a costume.
And it's easy to believe that too. I agree with you to a certain extent. This could possibly very well be fake. But you know what plays in the back of my mind? Or what echoes in the back of my mind? Why do some people go missing in the woods? We still haven't figured out why some people have went missing in the woods. It could be things like this.
Well, I really hope so. Cave Witch. Have you ever heard of mountain witches? Well, you're gonna find out very soon. This curious guy threw caution to the wind and went looking for one himself.
Rahim. Bismillah.
And sure enough, she was there, standing hunched beside a cave entrance, holding what appeared to be a snake-like staff, probably having enchanted it with a spell.
طب شو اسمك انتي؟
The witch was heard replying to the cameraman and even asked him to leave. But as she disappeared into the cave, he followed her inside. Not the best move, since the witch then sent rocks flying toward him. Real or not, the clip has left many people questioning what's really out there in the wild. Four-legged crawler. Looks like Mexico has become a hotspot for creepy creatures. One after another, strange things have been emerging. Have a look at this one. A guy was taking a walk when he reached a cave and found this creepy-looking four-legged crawler. This spider-like creature seemed to notice the cameraman. It turned around and the most insane face emerged. Its face. Why does it look like a humanoid skull? It quickly dashed toward the cave and disappeared without another glance. An otherworldly creature, some highly elusive species of spiders, or something we aren't able to comprehend. The internet was conflicted on this one, leaving it an unsolved puzzle. Jinn sighted. Two friends decided to explore a cave notorious for being haunted. Wanting to see if the rumors were true, they attempted to summon the spirit, and to their shock, a creature suddenly appeared and even possessed one of them. Fortunately, the other friend acted quickly, freeing him by performing the ritual. They believe the entity to be a jinn, a supernatural being thought to exist in a realm beyond human perception. However, without more details, the actual events of this encounter remained a mystery.
See, the worst thing is for me is to believe that they're either mocking or poking fun at stuff like that, I don't play around like that, bro. I don't like to disturb energies. I don't like to make fun of stuff like that. I don't play with that at all because part of me has a fear of it and belief that it can actually do something to you. It's actually real. People study it. It's history involved. It's so much. No, I don't mess around with that stuff, man. And I for sure don't mock it because that's when things happen to you.
Cave dweller.
Go.
Workers in a Utah mine got the scare of their lives when they heard a strange sound coming from one of the caves. Phones in hand, they went to investigate. And just as they were looking around, an unsettling creature caught their attention. With a bulky body, protruding ribs, and a skeletal head, the entity looked straight out of a nightmare. Spooked, the guys instantly made a run for it, leaving the being's identity a mystery. If it were me, I would have quit my job right then and there.
Go.
Cave shapeshifter. Locals in northern Chile have reported encounters with strange creatures, leading many to believe that the area is inhabited by otherworldly beings. And just recently, a video emerged on the internet featuring a bizarre creature hiding in a cave. It's so dark that you can barely make out its features. With backward-facing horns, long, sharp, clawed limbs, and pointy teeth, it appeared to be a goat-like creature. People believed it was the legendary cave shapeshifter known to live in the area. They claim that these creatures turn into dogs to search for food in nearby places, and take their original shape once they return to the safety of their cave.
See, these things could also be out front, keeping you from what's actually back there. Like, this could be the first line of defense of them just distracting you or making you run away or be like, it ain't real, and just keep moving. Whatever it is, this could be the first line of defense for what's really in that cave. You never know, bro. I think about stuff like that too. Why would that be there? Why would they put something like that there? To throw you off. Hide the scent, throw the scent off the trail. Something like that.
Real-life gargoyle. Lately, some folks have been saying they've seen gargoyles. You know, those iconic stone sculptures actually come to life. And it turns out these aren't just wild rumors. They've got the evidence to back it up. Like this clip. Only the back of the creature was visible as it sat on a cliff. It appeared to be taking a bite out of something. Skeptics might rule it out as a hoax, but the way its wings moved tells me this was the real deal. What do you think? Human-like cryptid.
Oh, shit! Oh!
This creature was found in a river in Arizona when a guy went out on a nighttime walk. After hearing noises from under the water, he went there and found this human-like cryptid standing in the middle of the river.
Dude, my guy, you scaring people like that. Yeah, it's just...
Its pale body and presence at night pointed only in one direction, that it might just be a Skinwalker, as these cryptids are famous for being out on the hunt for unsuspecting humans at night. Not wanting to fall into its trap, the guy turned around and left the place.
Oh, shit! Oh!
Glowing entity. A cave became an internet sensation when this clip of an insanely bright figure sitting on the ground surfaced online. Old vines ran through the area, pointing out that the cave was an old one. The locals had declared that the bright figure was a divine presence. Many had even gathered to catch a glimpse of the entity. However, when no one dared to get too close to it, people started to get suspicious that it might have just been a clever trick used to fool people. Cave alien. A guy ventured into a canyon surrounded by tall stone walls. He stood in the middle and spotted this figure standing inside a small cave. The tiny humanoid had an oddly bright head. As soon as it saw the guy recording, the figure disappeared into the cave, never to be seen again. Online folks thought it was a dwarf human, while others suggested it could be an alien entity. Let me know, what's your take on this? Freezing cave creature.
There's someone climbing up the wall. It's an Iceman. It's a ghost.
A tourist visiting a remote ice cavern near Hallstatt, Austria, famous for its ancient formations, unexpectedly had a chilling encounter. While walking past dozens of icicles hanging from the ceiling, he noticed strange movement along one of the walls.
The fact that you go in a cave with those type of conditions present, it's just mind-blowing to me, man. Y'all are crazy, bro. There's no way I'm going in that type of ice cave. No.
At first, he thought it might be a person, but when he zoomed in for a closer look, he was shocked to see a ghostly white humanoid creature climbing the wall like a lizard.
There's someone climbing up the wall. It's an Iceman. It's a ghost.
Theories began to circulate online, with some suggesting the old cave might be home to many unknown creatures, while others proposed a more unsettling idea, that it was a reptilian human. Could this be a completely new species that is yet to be discovered by science?
There's someone climbing up the wall. It's an Iceman. It's a ghost.
Baby Goatman. A man's nighttime trip to the woods took a mythical turn when he came across a strange cryptid. It was a juvenile humanoid creature with a skull-like head and a dark, hairy body, moving slowly on all fours. The man hiding behind a tree was startled when a giant creature suddenly appeared out of nowhere and charged straight at him. And we can only speculate what happened next, as the video ended right there. This entity, unlike the smaller one, had two giant horns sticking out from its head, leaving netizens to believe it was the Goatman who was protecting its offspring. Mosquito Cave.
Oh, yeah!
Ugh, it's giving me an itch in the eye to even look at it. Imagine walking into this.
And then he went back in there, man. What is wrong with you, bro? Like, you're infected with something now, because I always hear those stories about people who talk about mosquitoes and how they suck the blood from somebody who has some type of disease, and then when it hits you, you got it now. He definitely got something.
This guy faced a similar challenge when his friends dared him to walk through a sea cave near Narooma, Australia. The video showed him entering the cave while his friends filmed from outside. Suddenly, a massive swarm of bugs emerged from the cave.
Oh, yeah!
Enveloping him. He tried to escape, but the bugs also swarmed over his friends. Despite the frightening and potentially dangerous situation, the friends managed to keep their spirits up. Eventually, the bugs retreated back into the cave, and the man emerged safely. Well, now you know which place not to visit in Australia.
Oh, yeah!
Those can't be mosquitoes. It can't be, fam. Ain't no way, bro. 2 or 3 mosquito bites and people are normally ready to go back inside the house after 2. No, that's millions. Those can't be mosquitoes. Gotta be something else.
Sigbin sighting. A short humanoid figure with a long, drooping nose was spotted walking near a residential area. Now, is it me, or does its head really look like an elephant's? The clip caused a wave of online speculation, with netizens suggesting it might be an escaped experimental creature from a nearby research facility. Others said it resembled Dobby, the fictional character from the Harry Potter movies. Some even commented it might be a Sigbin, a creature from Philippine mythology. And this wasn't the only sighting. A very similar creature was sighted again, but this time its figure remained hidden. Do you think this creature was real? Share your thoughts in the comments. Dragon encounter.
Ow!
While exploring a cave, this guy stumbled upon a strange blob on the ground and the skeletal remains of an unknown creature. He cautiously poked the blob with his foot, but couldn't figure out what it was. Examining the remains only led to more questions, as he had no idea what kind of creature they might belong to. Unsure of what he was seeing, he decided to leave. Just as he turned around, he caught a glimpse of a giant, horned beast standing before him, which vanished almost immediately. Terrified, he ran out of the cave, convinced he might have seen a dragon taking refuge there. However, the encounter was too brief to be certain. Cyclops Cave. While exploring Cyclops Cave in Wales, an adventurer uncovered some intriguing secrets of Cape Greco. Inside the cave, there were numerous statues of various shapes, but one stood out due to its distinctive design. A figure with a single eye on its head, an unusual and striking feature. Among the relics discovered in the cave, some dated back to 6000 BC to 5500 BC, making them incredibly ancient. Although all the artifacts were fascinating, the one-eyed sculpture raised many questions about what might have inspired the creation of this Cyclops figure so early in history. Leaping Creeper. This guy's adventure to a cave turned into an encounter with the unknown. Going in,
This looks like a video game. That's what this looks like. This is like something I would play.
he spotted a strange movement in the corner. It looked like there was a creature moving around, but the camera didn't capture anything, and just as the camera panned around, a behemoth came out of nowhere and seemed to attack the cameraman. Quick on his feet, thankfully the guy was able to dodge the blow. Internet folks think the clip was a hoax, while others suggested it could be a cave creature offended by the sudden intrusion in his elusive lifestyle. Tunnel Mystery. When an explorer decided to venture into this abandoned tunnel, he was hoping to find something creepy. When he spotted movement in the distance, he thought he had hit the jackpot, but it turned out to be far more scary. There was this thin, pale entity standing on the other side. Hearing the commotion, the humanoid figure turned around and started stalking toward the guy. And that's when he decided to abandon his exploration and return back. However, these tunnel creatures are more common than you'd hope, as another clip surfaced featuring another man exploring a tunnel when he came across a similar entity. Pale figure, glowing eyes, this one seemed to be hunched over on the ground. Online theorists think this could be the sighting of a rake, while others have completely dismissed the clip as a hoax, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Do you think it's a hoax? Haunting Stalker. While on a nighttime hike, this guy stumbled upon something so terrifying that he dropped everything and bolted. Realizing someone or something was following him, he ran to evade his mysterious pursuer. But when he cautiously stepped out with his flashlight, he saw a lone head staring right back at him from inside of a cave. Terrified, he sprinted out of the woods and vowed never to hike there again.
Listen, I bet they could do a documentary on people or things or, you know what I mean, that are living in caves. Nobody's out checking the caves like that. It could be people, like whole families, been there for years in these caves that we live close to and don't even know it. And the type of people that if you come in there, they're gonna do something to you. maybe even devour you, eat you, or something like that. Like, I bet they can do a documentary on something like this.
Some believe it was a spirit haunting the area, while skeptics think it might have been a prank. What do you think of this video? Does it look real to you? Go ahead and let me know your thoughts. Furry creature.
Yo le toco aquí. Cayeron todas estas.
A group exploring a cave in Alamos, Sonora, Mexico, encountered something they weren't expecting. Inside a small crack in the cave, they saw a furry creature that seemed to be resting there. As curiosity got the better of them, they poked the beast to see what it was, and to their utter surprise, the furry beast turned out to be a horde of spider-like creatures that were actually opiliones, also known as daddy longlegs.
Tantito.
Now, you might wonder why they look like this. They're in a cluster so tight, it becomes difficult to see the individual creatures. And there's a reason for making such clusters. They spend the days clustered like this for warmth and humidity, and it enhances the effect of toxic odor the creature releases when trying to repel predators.
Tantito.
Cave face. While hiking in the mountains, this guy stumbled upon a weird-looking cave. It almost seemed like someone was peeking out from inside. Curious, he pulled out his phone and zoomed in to get a better look, and what he saw totally blew his mind. There was a face of a strange creature carved into the stone. People online quickly speculated it was a goblin turned to stone from the sun. But even if it's just a regular carving, how did anyone manage to create it so high up in the mountains where there's no trail? The whole thing is still a mystery. And honestly,
This is the first time somebody's response or answer wasn't pareidolia. I was thinking about that. I was like, watch they say it's pareidolia. And he didn't. He still could say it, but I'm surprised that they didn't say pareidolia. Like, this is an actual face. They need to investigate this.
Honestly, it makes you wonder if those old myths really might have some truth to them. Spying on alien. Midnight adventures can easily turn into sinister discoveries, just like what happened with this guy. Spotting movement behind the trees, he decided to check it out. And what he saw challenged everything he knew about reality. A strange humanoid creature was lurking in the darkness. It had an unusually prominent head and slender limbs, looking like a classic alien figure. It then suddenly looked towards the man, who quickly ducked behind a tree. And I have a feeling that it was all too late. Netizens were convinced that it was an extraterrestrial that had just landed on Earth, while others were doubtful, dismissing it as an elaborate hoax. Demonic entity. While exploring some underground caves, an adventurer stumbled upon a scene straight out of a nightmare. As he was walking around, something dark suddenly peeked out from a cave, startling him. It was this slimy, unidentified figure, and just as he tried to get a closer look, it slipped back into the cave. When the video hit the internet, people went wild with theories. Some thought it was an ancient cave monster, awakened by the explorer's presence, while others believed it was more like a demonic entity, warning the guy to steer clear of those caves. Skinwalker.
Short.
Exploring abandoned buildings at night? Yeah, that's never a good idea. Unless you're looking to run into something otherworldly. This guy was making his way down a decaying hallway when a pale head suddenly peeked out from the far end. The moment he saw the creepy, paranormal-looking figure, he started backing away. But then, it started chasing him on all fours. People online couldn't agree on what it was. Some thought it was the legendary rake, while others were convinced it was a Skinwalker. Whatever it was, its true identity is as mysterious as that haunted building.
And you know it didn't have no good intentions, so I don't know why y'all didn't been turn around and run up out of there. Kept trying to look back at it, like, for what? For what? That's how something happened to you every time.
Cave creature. After hearing about strange creatures taking shelter in nearby caves, an adventurer set out to see it for himself. As he neared one cave, a pair of eyes appeared to glint from deep inside. He didn't dare enter the cave and quickly fled the mysterious scene, leaving netizens to crack the case. Many people believed it was the real-life Gollum from The Lord of the Rings, while others were convinced it was just debris reflecting light due to the camera angle. An actual mythical creature, or just an illusion? What's your take on this one? Upside down creature. An explorer out on an adventure came across this cave and found this figure hanging upside down. He poked it with a wooden stick, but it didn't move. Gathering courage, he took it off for a closer look and found that it looked more like a doll. But the question was, who put the doll there and why? Netizens suggested it might be there after someone performed a cult ritual, but its true purpose remained unknown.
And here you go, just grabbing it. Don't even know what type of spirits you're inviting into your life. Just grab it, just so curious, bro. Like, y'all are way too curious for me.
Fickle catch. Is this a mermaid? This clip posted online has been going around, and people think it's proof that these mythical creatures do exist in real life. Its tail seemed to be trapped, and that's common in oceans where marine animals unwittingly fall into fishing nets. But the fact that this was found in a dry region, locals believed it might have traveled there after fighting with the nets for a long time. People tried to get closer, but the mermaid wasn't very trusting. Many have dismissed the clip as a mere hoax, but I'd like to know what you think of this. Cave.
Hoax. Where mermaid get a wig from? That thing clearly, that thing had a wig on it. Come on now.
Building. A mysterious building in a mountain cave would be the perfect place to get away from the world. However, the real question is how you'd get there. With no visible trail or path leading to the building, it seems cut off from the rest of the world in every sense of the words. And this is the very question that has intrigued people the most. Why would someone build a building in a place like this? Some think it's an abandoned military base, while others think it was built for a secret government project. Hold on though, that's not the only elusive building around here. Recently, this discovery was made in the mountains of Guizhou, China. During a drone exploration of the area, a mysterious building was spotted nestled between the hills. The purpose of this building has remained unknown, unfortunately. It's a mystery as to how the construction materials were transported to such a remote location. Alien. A short clip sparked a major buzz online, with rumors circulating that someone might be holding an alien captive. The video showed a pale, four-fingered figure that appeared frightened, seemingly kept in the dark for a long time, as it tried to avoid the light. Netizens demanded its release and urged authorities to verify the authenticity of these claims. However, so far, there has been no official response. But don't forget to share your take on this. Root creature. This woman seems to have discovered something truly extraordinary. Inside a cave, she found this weird-looking thing with a body resembling a root, but it also had a face and limbs like a human. The clip gained attention when netizens shared that it looked like Groot from Marvel Comics. But that's not all. She even filmed herself cooking and eating it. What in the world is she doing? No one knows exactly what this bizarre thing is. If you have any theories or guesses, share them in the comments. This discovery has left everyone baffled and very curious to know more. Evil elf. Talking about disturbing creatures caught on camera, I have got to show you this one. This bizarre creature looked like neither a human, monkey, or alien. It stared directly into the camera with its sharp teeth, human-like eyes, and small pointed ears. What could this creature possibly be? According to the explorer, there was another strange member of the same species lying in the woods, while this one clung to a tree, hiding from humans. Some believe it was a lost extraterrestrial being that somehow got stranded on our planet. Whatever it is, people have been scared to uncover its unsettling truth. Wooden statue. On their trip, most people would bring back a souvenir, but what these hikers found was far more disturbing. Deep inside of a dark cave, they discovered a strange, doll-like figure. Its eerie appearance wasn't the only unsettling thing about it. The doll had nails dug deep into its eyes and a rope around its neck. It looked like something out of a horror movie, or was possibly used in some sort of ritual. According to the internet, the couple who took this creepy statue home experienced bizarre paranormal activity afterwards. Honestly, just by looking at it, I could have guessed something like that would happen. I mean, if it were me, I would have stayed miles away from that thing. Cave dwellers. Tourists boating around a Thai island found themselves in the middle of the most surreal and bizarre situation. Inside a cave, these strange creatures were making odd noises, almost like they were performing some kind of ritual. The travelers said they looked like small, orangey brown creatures straight out of Star Wars, moving around like Ewoks, trolls, or monkeys. Naturally, the internet exploded with theories. Cave aliens, mythical creatures, even prehistoric beings. But
but these have been debunked already. This whole situation here has been debunked. I don't remember the actual story, but I remember it being debunked.
Strange as they seemed, the monkeys were actually performance actors, and the sound was coming from traveling vocalist Tory Raines, who had staged the bizarre scene with a local acting group. Kitum Cave. I bet this is the first time you've seen elephants inside a cave in total darkness. This is the famous Kitum Cave in Kenya, and the only place on Earth elephants can be seen venturing underground. Wondering why they're going in so deep? Well, they're mining the cave walls for salt. These caves belong to an extinct volcano that's 24 million years old. Female elephants need large amounts of minerals during their pregnancies, during which they visit the caves, sometimes even with their offspring. They navigate through the dark, narrow caves using their trunks, and usually stay underground for 6 hours, traveling and mining the salt. Mysterious cryptid. A group of friends were collecting firewood at night when they spotted something unusual in the background. A pair of glowing eyes appeared to be spying on them. Only a faint outline of the creature was visible. Long ears and a strange, mouse-like face. When they posted the clip online, netizens went wild with all sorts of speculation. Some suggested that it could be a dogman, while others thought it resembled the legend of the pigman. One person even thought it looked like the Pokemon Charizard. But
every time I look at it, I'm trying to get like gator out of my mind. Like, like alligator. Like, that's the first, every time I see this clip, that's the first thing that pops into my mind.
But for an entity shrouded in darkness, it's hard to tell what it actually was. Humanoid Face. A man trekking through the woods was stunned when he came across a bird sitting on the ground. But this was no ordinary bird. It had a humanoid face with forward-facing eyes that made it look like a bearded man. As the video spread online, people started speculating about hybrid birds and newly discovered species. Some even thought it was an unidentified creature. But then, an expert who saw the footage cleared things up, explaining that it was just a regular owl that looked strange because of the camera's angle. Spanish Yeti. A video making the rounds online has the cryptozoology community buzzing with excitement. It's shaky and short, but you can clearly see a towering creature everyone thought was just a myth. Covered in thick, white fur, the massive figure was spotted slowly moving through the snowy mountains of the Pyrenees in Spain. The video sparked an investigation, but hit a dead end when nothing was found in the area. While authorities suggested it could just be an animal, the internet had already cooked up theories. Everything from abominable snowmen to Bigfoot. Skeptics, of course, speculated it was just someone in a suit. But when you think about it, who would go to such lengths, trekking through snow-capped mountains just for a prank? Tribal group. I wouldn't really recommend going deep into a jungle until you want to have a run-in with people living off the radar. This man was out in the woods well past the safe zone when he spotted something strange in a cave. 3 pairs of gleaming eyes were looking back at him from the darkness.
See, I didn't think about tribal groups and stuff like that too, man. And those people want to be left alone and they're scared of us, the threat of disease and different things like that. I didn't even think about them being in the cave. Yeah. They can do a real documentary with these caves.
This unsettling encounter was posted online as the man couldn't figure out who they were. An expert who came across the video pointed out that these guys were a remote, uncontacted family tribe living in the forest. Here's another clip posted online of the same tribe, showing the family of 3 up close. It's unclear whether the cameraman was being obvious or secretly filming them, but it sparked up panic on social media as people warned him. If you ever encounter one of them, it's best to keep your distance. Now it's time for today's open discussion. This picture going around online showed a giant supposedly living in a cave on a mountain in Mexico. A video shared on social media featured this strange humanoid figure sitting near the entrance of a cave. Some people speculated that it might be a giant taking refuge, but many dismissed it as a hoax due to the poor video quality. Unfortunately, many such sightings are blurry and unclear. However, given the bizarre nature of these reports, this sighting could be just as real as the others. The mystery remains unsolved, but it's crazy how these sightings have gained attention now more than ever.